today we're going to speak about this remote control application. This app is available for both Android and Apple iOS systems, which means you can have them running on any Android device or tablet, smartphone, tablet, and of course on iPhone and iPad devices as well. Of course, it is easier to manage the screen on a tablet than a smartphone, but it is always possible to have the app running on any smartphone with a large screen. So basically, this app is for what? This is to have create your own screen or a remote screen for any standalone device. So this is compatible with the Sleza UE7, Stick D3, Stick KE2, Stick CW4, which means in fact all devices with a Ethernet or Wi-Fi connection. So with this app, you will have the possibility to start scenes, update the color, the dim intensity, the speed if it's a dynamic effect. This will give you like shortcut buttons to those different features. The first thing to do is, of course, to download the app from the Apple App Store or Android App Store. And then you will log on this first screen where you can create and load projects. So by tapping the new project button, this open a window where you're going to have to add your just simply the project name. So let's call it webinar today. Okay, create. And here we are on the editor screen. The screen is divided. There is a grid. We've decided to add this grid as it makes like life easier in order to create buttons and have them displayed at the right position and create your own layout onto the screen. So there are like a couple of buttons on top of the screen. The back button on the upper left corner enables allows you to go to the live screen. So this is the place where you're going to have to press the buttons, of course, to start the sequences you've programmed. And you can see touching all the page name to open the main menu. So if you tap and hold, you have the main menu here where you can browse projects, create a new page, duplicate the current page. We'll see that later, and lock the edit mode. Locking the edit mode might be a very important feature if you want to give an access to your customer. For example, if you install this app in the bar, for example, for the DJ or anyone at the other bar, you will by adding this lock mode, the customer won't have access to the editor and won't make any mistake. So let's open the edit by tapping edit. And here there are like a couple of buttons, not buttons, but options on the menu. On the right side, the settings, it opens like the settings menu where you can rename the page. Like if, for example, imagine we want to rename that page, I call that like, let's say we are in a bar and this is the lobby. Or whatever, let's say call it like room one, for example. Have a space, looks easier. Okay, rename. So this is room one, and here you can now. One important thing before building your screen. In fact, you're gonna have to build the screen by tapping anywhere on the screen, and this open this 9 buttons menu where you can decide what to add to the screen. But before that, what you can do is press the connection menu, and this will open the app will broadcast the network and see if there is any compatible device connected. So I had prepared a bit my presentation today. So I've got the Garden SLESA UE7 on top, which you can see the serial number 129.357 and the IP address on the local network. So if I press Garden, I am now connected to this standalone interface, and now have the possibility to send information to it. An important thing, there is an automatic reconnection process into this app, which means that for some reason, if the which can happen in fact when the interface is running like a trade show, and if your trade show, the light show, sorry, and if the tablet is running the app like full time, you might lose the connection at some point. I mean, this can happen, and there is an automatic mode which enables the app to reconnect itself to the device. So then, when we're done with the connection, we can enter the any new button and have them build our screen. So by tapping, like for example, if I tap the upper left corner, you can see the type of buttons I can add. So there is like a 3 size of button, little, big, and long. The color wheel, the vertical and the horizontal fader, gradient fader, color fader, and the last one, which is a group of fader. So imagine we just want to have like a simple button to jump from scene to scene, like a next scene button. You could, for example, rename it here and call it next, and then here are like some information. So by default, this will call a scene. So you have to decide what scene to call. But if you want to use the next feature, just press this one. You can give like a color to the button and press save. So now you've got that next scene button here, and you can modify the position at any time by just pressing and holding. You could do the same with another one with previous. Okay, previous, and select previous scene and save. So you've got now 2 buttons, next and previous, and the customer will have, if I press like save first, and if you press back, okay, this is my previous button, the next button, and I can see on my desk that the SLESA UE7 I'm using now jumps from scenes to scene by pressing those 2 buttons. So this was the first, like the easiest thing to do. Then press again the page name, go back to edit, and we can now have edits and create some new buttons. So imagine you want to have give like a different size button and give direct access to any scene. It can be like, for example, scene 1. Okay, plus space. So the trigger type will be scene. This, you can select any of the zone of the device. So there are 5 zones A, B, C, D, E on this specific device. So you can specify one zone, or make sure it will be using like the selected zone. So if you are currently on zone A, the device will call like the selected scene, the selected scene number from the zone A. So for example, you select selected area, press scene 1. So this button will call the scene 1 of the selected area. So you press save, and now I've got this button here, which is calling the scene 1. So again, you can modify the position of the button. Then there are a couple of different controls. So the color wheel, which is very good. It gives you an access to the current scene. It helps you to override the play the color, which means like imagine your device is playing like either a static or dynamic scene with some color change or static colors. You have the possibility to override that color with the selected one. So imagine you select area and selected scene, which means this control, this scene color button, will affect any of the played scene. So you press save, and now you can change the position. And if I press save and back again, now I've just called scene 1 on my device. You can see it's blue. If I press next, okay, you can select any other scene and change the color. So I'm now updating the color of my my scene. If I have done that, the color is now locked on that red, or let's say like red. So if you want to give the access to the, or if you want to be able to release this, you have to remember, if you are on a stick device, there is a release button in the center of the wheel, which allows you to release what you've done, what the change you've done, either if they have like a color change or scene speed or dimmer intensity. If you made this change, you're able to reset by pressing the center wheel. Here you have to create a reset button. So let's do it again. Edit. Let's tap here, for example, long button, and let's call it reset. Okay, and now the trigger type, you have to select reset scene, and this is available for the selected area and the selected scene. Press save, and now I have this reset button here, which allows me to reset the change I've made. Okay, you can see the device turns back to the blue scene. So this is important to add that button, as on a stick you will always have the possibility for the customer will have always a possibility to reset from the device, but this isn't possible with the Sleza UE7, for example. Okay, so here we are with the scene color and reset button, and of course this reset button will be the same for either if it's like for a color change, dimmer, or speed. So you can press edit again, and let's say you want to have like a master dimmer, for example. Okay, let's do it vertical. Let's go with like just simple dimmer. So scene dimmer, selected zone, selected scene. Okay, let's put like a different color, like red, save, and here is the master dimmer. So now we've got that dimmer here, and we can adjust the global intensity using the dimmer, and of course press the reset button again to adjust, to turn back to the saved to the scene. So again, color, change the dimmer, and press the reset. They're both reset. Okay, what do we have next? Gradient fader. Let's do that. This is imagine you want to have a special fader which allows you to move from red to blue, for example, and put a bit of purple on the side. Okay, so we've got now that button here, which allows you to select specified colors. Very basic, can be useful for, like, imagine your customer wants a simple fader like this, you can create it for him. Same, reset, turns back to default. What do we have next? Again, color fader. I mean, this is the same, and scene dimmer. This is if you want to create a group, a bank of faders, so you can assign each of them to special features. At the moment, there is no way to control individual channels. That means you only have access to the selected, to the stored scenes. So scenes you have programmed with the ESA Pro 2 software, for example, and that are being played by the device. But with the next generation of controllers, you have the possibility to adjust the color or the speed or any feature of a single device. Imagine, for example, there is this facade lighting. Your customer wants to adjust the color of just a window. For some reason, you want to light that window. You have the possibility to do that. At the moment, if you wanted to do that, you would have to create like as many scenes as devices. So it's a bit complicated. But this is something we're working on for the next generation. So let's remove this one. It takes a bit too much of places. What do we have next? I guess we've seen all the buttons. Important things to see is, so from the page settings, okay, we're here. If you want to create a new page, so let's say room 2, for example, to create, save. As you can see now, you've got the room 1 and the room 2. So that will be like, for example, imagine you have a bar running with a Sleza UE7, and you want to have like the lobby to have access, or the manager to have access to all the lighting, the DJ to this specific like dancing room, and any other like the bartender having access to the bar lighting only. You can have like different tablets connected to the same controller and have each person have them like give them an access to their specific part of the lighting. That's a cool feature, and this is also good for home residential, where you can simply have the either the iPad or any other like cheaper Android device, any Android tablet, and have them like simply hang them to the wall and to have access to the lighting. So I guess we've seen almost everything. Let me check. I haven't. So browse projects. So this is where you can load and save your existing projects. Lock the edit mode. As I say, you need to enter password. So let's say like the password is 12340. Confirmation 12340. Lock. So now there is no way to access to the configuration. So if you want to do that, you have to enter the password. Okay, and now I can of course edit. So this is a cool feature as well for the to make sure that your customer doesn't make any mistake to the screen, which can always happen, as you might be aware of. Okay, so I guess we're almost done. Let me check if there is anything I have forgotten about. I guess no. So if you ever have any question, feel free to answer it. It was a fast webinar, but this is not a complicated app, so it won't be too complicated to understand. But this is a really powerful app, and I do recommend to use it as it like give a simple and cool access to the scenes. The next webinar will be about another cool application that we're about to launch. The name is Oculus, and this is a programming app. So this is a something I love calling it this way, a on-site programming app. So imagine you are like in a building and you want to program the lighting just walking around the building, this will be possible with this app. So you will be able to create scenes, use the effects. It's based on this Pro 2, of course, with you won't have access to all the features of VESA Pro 2. It's simply impossible on a tablet, but it's cool. Most of the things like create some nice effect with the with LED can be done with this new app, and this is really something you're gonna love.